Hello everyone, welcome to this restorative session designed to relax you perhaps at the end of a long day or to start your weekend or whenever you wish. This is Ben, my husband. Indy the cat, she might be included a little bit as well, she likes to be in. I will have Ben showing you how to do the session if you have a bolster. And I will be using the props that does not include the bolster because not all of you will have bolsters available, but you can certainly use things that are around the house. To start with, let's sit up either on a bolster or I'm going to use a brick because this will lift my spine. And just make sure that you are comfortable in your body today. Most of the postures are seated or lying down and aim to be practice to be relaxed, but make sure that there is no discomfort at any time. So Ben, if you'd like to close your eyes. And we'll start simply by centering ourselves, so perhaps the palms facing up towards the ceiling, the hands relaxed on the legs, the crown of the head facing up towards the ceiling, and we'll close our eyes. Make sure that you're comfortable in your hips. We'll take a couple of moments to settle down into our bodies. To settle down into our breath. And in a restorative practice, where we hold, and actually holding is the wrong word to use perhaps here, we get ourselves into lying down or seated postures and we allow the gift of time to take over. We hold no tension in the body. If anything, we're allowing the tension to melt away. For now, notice the breath in and the breath out. And perhaps notice your frame of mind, what type of day you have had, what type of week you've had, how the events unfolding before your eyes are making you feel. Acknowledge those thoughts. And then see if you can allow those thoughts to dissipate so that you can start to see a little clearer picture of yourself physically, perhaps, to start with. Noticing what it's like to be in your body. Noticing what feels right. What feels not so right. Have an awareness of how you are feeling now overall. Take a few more breaths in silence. end of your next exhale, you can slowly open your eyes. And then we'll take a little bit of movement to move on to our first posture, which will either use a rolled up mat. I've left currently my mat here, but if you've only got one mat at home, then I would encourage you to roll it up. That's if you haven't got a bolster, so that you've got it in your little rolled up position there. And for people that have bolsters, we're going to set ourselves up. So then if you'd like to set yourself up the same way, so pretend that your bolster is my mat, okay? So we're going to set ourselves. We'll use the bricks, which you have 2, or books of identical size, maybe 3 books in fact, because here what we do is that we'll put this one at the top of the mat on the second setting, and this one on the bottom setting a little lower down. And then we'll take this way so that the bottom of the mat is at the bottom and this goes to the top. So if we do something similar with you, so you'll move this, yeah. You might want to move your mat a little bit more down so there's no kink. Well, that shouldn't really matter. And then if you put this way, exactly, yes. And you'll sit exactly at the bottom. So you'll take your bottom to this here. So that you have your lower back at the bottom of your block or your brick, and your legs, however, here will be in cobblers. So you're going to take the soles of the feet together and then slowly release yourself back. Now, if you feel that your neck is not high enough, you can take the brick on the even higher setting, or you can use a blanket, or you can use an extra support here. The idea is that your chest is opened and that your legs are open here as well, and you can take your arms whichever height they want to be, and you can slide your legs up or down. So here you're offered the opportunity to open up in Supta Baddha Konasana, the reclining cobbler posture, supported on this occasion by your bolsters or by your mat. And so we allow again time to pass here. Noticing how we feel in this posture. Should you not feel all that comfortable, then you're more than welcome to move, to modify. Otherwise here, notice. Notice the thoughts going through, of which there'll be plenty because you have the time here to really take your time. And as we allow the body to soften, as we allow the breath to travel through the body. We have plenty of opportunities for thoughts to go through your mind, and we shouldn't ignore them. neither should we engage in an active conversation with those thoughts. So if it's possible for you, observe what the thoughts are made of, what they correspond to, and let them go on their way. If you can here, come back to your breath. As you inhale and as you exhale, come back to your breath. Aim to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. However, if you are more comfortable breathing in through your mouth and out through the mouth, then let that be. Make sure there is no discomfort in your body. If there is around the knees or the hips, then you can support with blankets, with books, with bricks if you have any spare ones. How does it feel to be in your body right now as the chest opens? As the arms open? And for those of you that perhaps have had to work at desks, whether it's at home or still in an office, then this is a lovely counteraction of that hunching forward. To savour the gentle opening through the chest, the support in the lower back, and those legs opening out. Take a few more breaths here. When you are ready to, you can take the hands towards the outside of the knees or press your feet together and very, very gently bring your legs back together. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And from this, we're going to move straight on to the next posture, which will see us rolling over onto our right side. So you're going to press the feet down, lift your hips, and then roll over onto your right buttock. And then bring the left hand down. Here we're twisting, whereby we've got the side of the hip and to the bottom of our bolster. And then we're going to take one leg or the inside of the thigh towards the front leg, foot rather, sorry. And then we're going to turn our body, so we're twisting. And here, if you've got a little bit of space, you can take the hand underneath the brick. And you may need to shuffle around. Your legs may be a little bit more together, a little bit more separated. And you're simply hugging. Word of warning, if you have fairly big earrings, if you're a lady, then remove them.
What about my earrings?
You can keep yours on. And then from here, you're simply going to release and relax on your side. Make sure that there is no discomfort. So you're more than welcome to add a little bit of height, put a blanket. And you want to settle. Your legs may change. Be relaxed here. I quite like to have a hug, so I would place my left arm then underneath as well, if there's space. Whatever feels comfortable. So it's like a big hug there, really. And we're staying here for not as long as we did in the previous posture. But for an amount of time considerable enough that we can surrender, we can observe the effect of this posture. This supported spinal twist. Some of you with a fairly flexible neck may even be able to turn the head over towards the other side. I know that this brings a complete spinal twist, if you like. And this may not be possible for you, so please don't worry, don't force. Be comfortable. Be able to let go. From this, you're going to turn the head back to what it was originally, where it was there. And very gently release the arms. Press yourself back up towards the center so you're facing away from the bolster. So sit your bottom again. And then we're going to move to the other side. So shift onto your left hip, making sure that you're gently, comfortably setting yourself up against your bolster or your mat. And so your legs are again maybe the right thigh towards the left inside of the left foot. But again, those legs may move around. For some of you, it'll be more comfortable to have the legs actually on top of one another, maybe with a cushion in between those, so that the twist isn't so strong perhaps. So you would stack those and have them together. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. And something I didn't mention on the other side, but for us ladies with our abundance, as in the chest, the boobs, then you possibly want to move them out of the way. Don't be shy, this is your practice. Make sure that you are comfortable. And if you wanted here, yes, exactly, thank you. You can turn your head over to the other side. Perhaps you notice, without necessarily having to observe it, that there are differences between the sides of the body. Do what feels comfortable to you. Take another breath here. Then you can turn your head back to the original spot that you started in if it's away, and fold the arms and then bring yourself back up, turning your body away from the bolster. And you can release your legs. Good. And sit upright here for a couple of breaths. And the next posture that we're going to get on, I will show you as I set Ben up. And here's one that I did not prepare earlier on. On my side, you may want to use a chair. So actually, perhaps I will show Ben using the chair briefly, so you have an idea of how you could set yourself up. So here, you come into a supported forward fold, which means that I will remove the supports that are there. Obviously at home you have to do this on your own. Can you sit a little further back towards the wall, please? Good. And so here you may sit on your bolster. I'll show you briefly how to set up if you wanted to have a chair. So you will take your legs either side of the chair. Yes, you may want to come forward. Essentially, you want to release your head there. So that's completely, maybe you'll be able to fold in and come to this, or perhaps you will need to get yourself a little closer to the chair. Okay, so see how that goes for you. Can you try to get yourself forward onto the chair? Then you need to come a little closer in, yes. Because you want to be supported, so you may, and if it's too much and the chair is not high enough, then don't worry about it. You're there for a few minutes. So there is this way of doing it, or if you'd like to lift yourself back up, what you're going to do is to come forward. Again, you need to keep your legs the same way, and you're going to come into a forward fold. Now, often it's quite nice to have this, and you're literally supporting yourself on this. But not everyone can fold in this way. So it could well be that here you do not use the bolster at all, or you might want to sit up a little bit instead. Exactly. And so here, as we fold in, we're supported. You could tilt your hips with a bolster underneath or a blanket. And you're here for a little while. So again, do make sure that this is comfortable for you. You're completely allowed to change your position, to have the legs a little wider, to decide to sit on a block or a brick. This is your practice. And as you come into a supported forward fold, whether it's against a chair or you're putting your bolster across your thighs, or whichever way you feel comfortable with the bricks this way, you're allowing your thoughts to be released from your brain into your forehead, from your forehead into your support, from your support into the earth. This is just being washed away from you. Notice if there is any tension in your face there. Sometimes there might be, because there is a little physical pressure of the forehead against the support. Make sure that's comfortable. You maybe want to separate your teeth and your lips and allow the tongue to be just where the top teeth and the roof of the mouth meet. So there's no tension into the jaw. And again, check that there is truly no discomfort for you. If there is discomfort, come away. This is not, never is an endurance test. It's about being able to fully relax in the postures so that you can surrender to their therapeutic effects. It is said that a regular practice of restorative postures can help relax the body deeply, to help still the mind, to balance the nervous system, to release tension slowly. They ebb away because there's no muscular contractions involved. You're not actively staying in those postures. Very gently after your next exhale, slowly uncurl yourself back up. Good. And the next posture we can move into is a supported bridge. So from there, if you take your bricks away for me. Now I know you're quite flexible, so you probably will want to use your bricks, so I will borrow your bolster so I can demonstrate what it would look like. So the supported bridge is going to involve our sliding down, very gently releasing. And here I'm going to use the bolster and place it gingerly under my hips. And then I may stay here. Now, I could also extend eventually the legs. For Ben, or for you, you're going to release yourself down into a bridge, so come down to the floor. Press your feet down, very gently lift. And then I'm going to place both bricks under the pelvis here. Make sure that this is comfortable. I think I know your body pretty well, but it is yours, so if you feel the need to move this around, then please do. Or perhaps you think you need a little bit more height, do let me know. And here you are in a supported bridge posture. As this involves the heart being higher than the head, make sure that you're comfortable with this. You could remove one of the bricks and be onto a lower setting. And again, we stay here being supported. Some people may even find it comfortable to extend the legs one by one to be in a complete bridge, if you like, and to allow those legs to release. And you might find a nice release and a stretch into the front of the hips. Again, it is not for everyone. So respect your body. Respect the way you are feeling now. So why is it good also to practice those restorative postures? Simply because if you've come to yoga before, and this is unlikely that this is going to be your first class, then you know that we seek balance. In every active class there are always a posture or two, if only Shavasana, the relaxation posture that brings the restorative practice and postures. And in the restorative practices where we mainly get ourselves into a posture and stay there for a while, there is also a little bit of movement involved, coming out of those postures, for instance. But with the gift of time in those supported postures, we can let go. Let go of the body, of the tension we're holding into the body. We discover, we journey within ourselves. It is not necessarily easy to seemingly lie down, move little and not do a lot. And it could be a mental battle, if you like. But it is necessary. To recharge your batteries, to fill your cup. From this, take the feet, pressing them down to the floor, gently take the navel into the spine to support as you remove the bricks away from underneath your body, and you very, very gently release yourself all the way down. You're going to take your feet and knees and separating them and then taking them from side to side, so both knees over to one side. Inhale back through to the center, over to the other side, and do this a handful of times so that you can release the lower back. When we stay in those postures for such a long time, we can release tension. Equally, we can feel a discomfort because we're not quite used to having been in those postures. So if you'd like to roll over onto your right side, and then very, very gently press your top hand down, bring yourself back up. And the next posture that we're going to come to is legs up the wall. Are you comfortable getting into legs up the wall?
Yeah.
You might want to move your mat a little closer towards this one because you've got long legs.
Oh, that's, I probably won't use the mat actually.
Okay. So you are on your side and you roll yourself up. First of all, to start with, keep the legs together, please. And release the arms out. Now, Ben has made this coming up on the wall like a piece of cake. Sometimes it isn't. And also, not everyone has a wall available or a door frame, in which case you may want to, and I will briefly eclipse my lovely husband there, but you would have maybe a chair, and then B, a chair there, and you can have your feet or your calves resting there, and have the arms out to the side. So this is also another solution. Not everyone is comfortable with having the legs up towards the ceiling at for a considerable amount of time. And equally, if you were against the wall and being in this posture is not so comfortable, feel free to bend the knees and then have the feet flat and very gently push yourself a little bit away from the wall so you're in a similar posture to the one that I'm in now. Having said this, make sure that you are settling comfortably. You could also have your bricks at hand and place them either side of the hips for what's to come. So I'm going to preempt and place them there. Maybe then we'll use them, maybe not. Having been here for a little while with the legs up towards the ceiling, we're going to stay a few more breaths. The positioning of the arms can be wherever they want to be, really close to the body, away from the body to shoulder height, and cactus arms. You could have a little support under your head. You could even take the hands on your belly, whatever feels good here. Always think at those about the restorative postures and the restorative practices as being in first class rather than being in economy. Meaning that you want to give yourself a sense of luxury, the luxury of time and the luxury of listening to yourself. And I call this a luxury when ideally it ought to be a basic need that we listen to, but often we do not. Now you could stay there with your legs up towards the ceiling, or you could start to fan your legs out to the side. I place some bricks there, feel free to remove them. You could have books there. You could also have a belt around the ankles, so that when your legs separate out, if it's too much for you to go too out, then having a belt around the ankles would allow those legs to only go out a certain amount. and you settle. You settle your body. Your breath will have or will settle eventually. You can have a little play in terms of noticing your breath. Notice the inhale and the exhale. Notice the inhale again and the exhale again. Notice what happens at the end of the inhale before you exhale. Notice at the end of your next exhale what happens before you inhale again. Notice this as you weave from one breath to the other, how you transition from the inhale to the exhale, and from the exhale to the inhale. Space in time where nothing happens, nor breath, nor thought, just a pause. The stillness in the mind, in the body, in the breath. That we seek, it is always there. If we take the time to notice the space. If your legs are opened out, then you're going to place your hands to the outside of your thighs and bring the legs back in. And then very gently going to bend the knees, hug the knees in towards the chest, but allow the knees to separate to allow for the breath to happen. And then if you have props in the way, you may want to remove them as you're going to roll over gently onto your right side. And then you're going to come into Balasana, your child's posture. So coming away a little bit from the wall. Yeah, exactly. And just releasing yourself forward there. Very gently, slowly, and curling yourself back up. So take your hands to the side of the knees, bring yourself gently up, and then we'll set ourselves up for relaxation, Shavasana. Possibly having the bolster underneath the legs will feel really nice, or having blocks or bricks. So here, several ways. Would you like to put your bolster underneath your thighs so that when you release, your knees are supported? You don't have to, but to demonstrate to our lovely lot here, I'm going to place the bricks under my thighs so that I'm similarly supported, so that I can release the arms out to the side. So then you can get yourself comfortable, whichever way it is, whether you want to have the block or the bricks. Some people might actually prefer to have those bricks under the feet to elevate those legs a little bit more, or to have the feet flat to the floor and the knees looking in, or even the soles of the feet together and the knees opening out. Whichever posture makes you feel more comfortable. And I would highly recommend too that you cover yourself with a blanket or a cat, maybe. Certainly finding comfort. The ultimate posture of relaxation, Shavasana. Here. Make sure that if you need to, you have a little shuffle around to be totally comfortable. So that the back of your body, or any parts of the back body that are in contact with a surface, whether it be your mat or your supports, every part of your anatomy feels release. Feel fluid. Expansive, so you are wide, if that makes sense. You're allowing yourself to surrender in your own skin, your breath. You may scan your body once more and notice what it feels like now. In comparison to what it felt like at the beginning of your practice. Physically, mentally, spiritually even, maybe a shift. From being in whichever gear you were in, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, to being in neutral. And over the next few minutes, you are here, now. At one with yourself. Allowing the thoughts to pass you by. As if there were colourful balloons being released in the sky. You are the blue sky. You feel ready to bring yourself back round into the room, taking the awareness back into your body. Taking gentle movements, making your way back up in your own time to a comfortable seated posture. Take your time open your eyes, to find your spine upright. When you are ready to, bring your gaze back up. Let's take one breath. Let's inhale, arms up. Release the thumbs to the forehead for kind thoughts towards yourself and others. To your lips for kind words towards yourself and others. And to your heart for kind actions towards yourself and others. I salute you. Namaste. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this session. Leave me a comment if you want to. Thank you. Bye.